Right. Well, and one of the things about that I say in the very back of the book at the very end is, congratulations, you got through this. Now you never have to think about it again, right? Because that's the thing, is that we don't want to be thinking about rhythm. We don't want to be like having to think about these things. We want to think about them one time very intensely, so that then your voice can use that skill that you've developed as a channel to express itself through, right? And so, yeah, absolutely. I think that, rhythm is a channel that your voice expresses itself through, and sometimes you need help building that channel. Some people are gifted with like a very robust rhythmic channel, and they don't necessarily need a lot of special attention on it, but a lot of people really do need a curriculum to set up that channel for them. But it's only something you really need to do once, I mean, like once as in like over a few years. But then once you've gotten through that curriculum, you never need to think about it ever again, because then your voice now has a channel with which it can express itself through. So, right, it's both. And I like to have a balance, because I think that if you have a teacher that is like overly philosophical, then eventually you're sitting there and you're like, all right, but when are we going to do something, However, if you have a teacher who doesn't connect with you at all and is just like, here are some things and I'm not going to explain why, right? So I think there's a balance between the philosophy, like being able to explain the philosophy behind what you're doing, but then also making it practical, making sure that we're like getting stuff done in that lesson, right? So yeah, I think it's both, and I think a balance of that is important, right? Because too much of either is a problem, but when you combine them together, I think it feels good, and I think you really that's sort of like when you know that you're working with someone that you believe in and want to learn from. Thanks for watching this video. If you found it useful and you'd like to support the Piano Dojo, please consider subscribing and buying the book.